Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So today I wanted to have a real quick discussion talking about how to make a very easy, simple DIY mud flap for your bike. So we're going to see this is a really cheap, quick little project to do. So why don't we just go ahead and jump in and talk about how to make this.
Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is print out a template on a standard 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. Next, just cut out the template, and I'm sure you're wondering, where can I get one of these handy templates? Well, if you just search the internet, you're going to find countless number of these templates, and in fact, I'll leave a copy and a link to the template that I made in the description of this video in case you want to just download it. Now, once you cut it out, don't forget to also punch out some of these holes that you're going to need. And then you're going to simply transfer your cutout onto the actual material that you're going to use for your mud flap. Now, in my case, I used a plastic folder. You can buy these very cheaply. I think I paid about $1 for this one. And the most important thing is you just want it to be somewhat durable and rigid. You don't want to use something silly like cardstock because that's going to die and disintegrate after pretty much your first ride. Now might be a good time to wipe off any of the transfer markings, as well as add any decorations like stickers. Now, a quick note of this, I discovered after a while that the stickers don't adhere to this type of plastic very well, so in my case, the sticker actually only held on for about 6 months. Next, we're off to the bike to do a few test fits. Now, you'll notice in the template, I only had 2 sets of holes for these bottom ties, and you can see I'm just going to tie these loosely with a piece of string right now because all I'm going to try to do now is adjust the mud flap so it sits on my fork appropriately, and then I can go ahead and mark additional sets of holes on the top of the mud flap where I want to secure it to the top of the fork. After you've got these top holes punched out, it's really just a simple matter of going ahead and grabbing some black zip ties, zip tying it to the fork, and then cutting off the loose ends. And you want to be careful here so you don't have sharp plastic edges when you make these cuts. And then that's it, voila, here's your mud flap.
Alright, so I just got back from a pretty good muddy ride. As you can see, this is this is looking pretty gross. The stuff is kind of dried on. I probably should have wiped a lot of this off, but as you can kind of see, yeah, we got mud all over. So let's talk a little bit about how this mud guard did. I think it did okay. What I mean by that is if you look at it, it's obviously kind of muddy. I don't know if you can see underneath of it, right? There's a fair bit of mud that definitely seemed to have been caught by the guard, but if you look at the down tube of the bike, right, this really didn't do a whole bunch. The down tube is kind of nasty, which is kind of to be expected. If you look at the angle of how this mud guard is set up, right, none of the mud coming off kind of this portion of the tire is going to really get caught by it. It's really only a little bit of this angle, like the mud that was going to get flung this way. And actually, if you look at that, it kind of really didn't help too much with the bottom of the fork. So for example, if you look underneath the fork, right, the fork, it's still a little bit gross down there. So mud is still getting there. Now, I think it kind of kept some of it off of my face. My face didn't seem to be that bad. A lot of the mud, I think that would have been kind of flung upwards and into my face or onto my chest was sort of deflected. So I don't know, what can you expect for you know, really cheap mud guard? So just thought I'd share that and just show that yeah, it's okay. Alright, so there you have it, a really simple, easy way to make your own mud guard for your mountain bike, and for about $1. Also, I think the price is also right. So, with that being said, I think this is probably a great spot to leave it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if so, I also hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel. Surprisingly, if you just scroll a little ways down and click on that subscribe button, it really does help me continue making these videos. And remember, speaking of new videos, they come out every Monday, so I hope I'll catch you at one of these future discussions, and we can all learn something new together. So until then, I think I'll sign off. Talk to you later. Bye.